to meet somebody of note in the super middleweight division, and certainly wants a shot perhaps at the winner of this tournament. Man, is this division loaded, isn't it? Loaded.
Our final round for the WBC Super Middleweight World Championship. The final round between Carl Froch, the champion, and 42-year-old Glenn Johnson, the challenger, the winner to advance to the Super 6 World Boxing Classic final to take on Andre Ward.
Looking back at this tournament, Carl Froch has been involved in perhaps two of the best fights in the tournament, against Mikkel Kessler and now against Glenn Johnson. So he has provided us with a lot of excitement.
Yes, and he's involved, man, into a real solid champion. I mean, it's going to take a guy like Andre Ward to really stop a guy like Froch. And I'm glad, I feel right now, it's 106, 103 on my scorecard. I feel that Glenn Johnson needs a knockout if he's going to take away this title from Froch.
Well, his trainer, Orlando Cuellar, calling for a knockout for Glenn Johnson. Now Froch still using that jab. It's like a whip. Long arms. Goes downstairs. Froch relaxed from the very beginning, and boy, did he take some shots.
And the problem Glenn Johnson has is he's landed some thunderous right hands that have not hurt Froch. So it's got to be a little distressing. He's probably wondering, yeah, I may still land some more, but will they hurt him?
Yeah, and I think those punches coming back at him might have something to do with it.
It's been a good 12th round for Carl Froch.
And when you look at Carl Froch's style, guys, have you ever seen an Englishman with this kind of boxing style?
He says he fights like an American because he's loosey-goosey, he's awkward. He's not the classic British stand-up stylist.
Yeah, you know, I saw great things in Carl Froch, you know, a while back, you know, and like I say, deceptive. I mean, because you really can't see his greatness.
There's the uppercut. We were waiting for that to really emerge, and it finally did. He's knocked people out with that uppercut, Froch.
But I'll tell you what, Al, I think it's his chin that is his biggest asset. Yes. I mean, because when a guy can take punches like this, you know, how do you stop him?
40 seconds remaining in the 12th and final round in the Super 6 World Boxing Classic semifinal. Also for the WBC World title held by the champion Carl Froch in black. And he has been excellent this evening. The Cobra on top of his game, maybe 20 seconds away from meeting Andre Ward as they will combine both titles, actually 3 titles, for a winner-take-all showdown. 2 young men in their prime. Carl Froch, Glenn Johnson go 12 hard rounds. And the fans here in Atlantic City, very appreciative.
I'll tell you what, Gus, by my scorecard, Carl Froch swept the championship rounds.
I agree. And, you know, this man, Glenn Johnson, who gave a tremendous effort here tonight, deserves a lot of credit. And you know what? Both men tonight, I think, represent boxing so well. This is what boxing's all about.
No holding, no grabbing, nothing illegal, no walking, great inside fighting.
Wow.
And you can see the respect on the faces of both men as they come together in center ring.
Now, Inside NASCAR, the fastest half hour on television, is new episodes every Wednesday at 9 p.m. And an encore presentation following our show tonight. Carl Froch. Wow. What a string of fights that he has gotten through. We'll go back. He beat Jean Pascal, who just lost his title at 175, to the great Bernard Hopkins. As you take a look at the punch stats.
And the fact that Froch out threw Johnson in this fight is really an important, noteworthy thing because Glenn Johnson's a volume puncher.
And again, guys, it's something I know that's very, very difficult for any fighter is to go abroad and fight this way. I mean, this man feels that that ring is his domain. And no matter where the fight take place at. And that's a different type of champion.
And remember, he did it well against Jermaine Taylor in the United States, did it here tonight, and fought very well against Kessler in Denmark.
Glenn Johnson with a dejected look on his face. Carl Froch, has he done it again? Let's go inside the ring for the decision and our Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a majority decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Nobuaki Uratani scores the bout 114 to 114, even a draw. Overruled by judges John Stewart, who sees the bout 117 to 111, and Mark Green, who scores the bout 116 to 112, in favor of the winner, advancing to the tournament finals, and still the WBC Super Middleweight Champion of the world, the Cobra Froch.
The Cobra does it again on foreign soil as he wins a majority decision over Glenn Johnson and now advances to the Super 6 World Boxing Classic final, where he'll take on Andre Ward, and he retains his WBC championship as well, and he's in the ring with our Jim Gray.
All right, Gus, thank you very much. Carl, congratulations. What's your assessment of this fight? This was a heck of a battle.
Yeah, it was very tough, very strong and durable. He's one of them guys you hit, and if you can imagine sort of sparring an oak tree, that's the only way I can put it into perspective. You hit him, he doesn't move, he's solid, he keeps coming forward. You don't feel like the shots hurt, so you then tend to stop throwing the hard, hurtful shots and just work on picking these shots steadily and sort of getting through the round. And then you get into the comfort zone of just, you can't get out of that gear of just being steady and, you know, comfortable, which is what I was in. I stepped it up towards the end, made sure I won. I don't know what the 114 score was as the Japanese judge. I think that was a bad score, to be honest. 117, 112 was more realistic. But all credit to Glenn Johnson. I mean, what a tough, strong, durable man. I hit him with some big shots.
Were you ever hurt in this fight? It seemed like he was able to hit you with his right hand pretty regularly.
He hit with a couple of, was it that regular, was it?
Well, it seemed to be, but I wasn't receiving it.
That's not good news. Hit with a couple of shots, yeah, the right hand. No, they didn't bother me. They caught me off balance a little bit, to be fair. Obviously, you feel the shots. It's a big, strong man. Them little 10-ounce gloves, they hurt. So you feel it, but I'm known for having quite a strong chin. The only man to put me down on the floor was Jermaine Taylor, and that was an accumulation of a couple of shots and a balance thing more than anything else. I've been blessed with a strong chin. And,
would you say that's perhaps your best asset?
No, it's an asset that's very valuable, but it's not your best asset, because if it was your best asset, Glenn Johnson would have won this evening, wouldn't he? Because he's got the biggest, strongest jaw in the business, I'm sure he has.
Carl, stand by. We're going to talk to you and Andre Ward, who you'll face next, but let's bring in Glenn Johnson. Glenn, you're 42 years of age, a very representative, terrific fight. Did you feel as though you would win this decision, or did you feel as though the judges have it correct?
I felt I was in it, you know, and when it's close like that, I really don't know. My corner was telling me to pick it up because I was falling behind, so I was believing what they was telling me, so I was trying to pick it up, but it kind of take me out of my game plan a little bit, because I get in there and started to rip hard shots. I was able to allow him to come back with quick counter punches while I was on the inside. I started out boxing properly, which was the way I was supposed to fight the fight. You know, I was supposed to fight the fight from that distance because I was faster than him. I was able to hit him at will. But when I went on the inside, trying to land the bigger punches, I kind of put him in the fight. He was able to come right back with quick counter punches. And you know, I was blocking most of them, but we know, you know, when you do stuff like that, the judge is going to give him credit just for effort. So that kind of take me out of the fight a little bit.
You came in at 166.5. You've come down in weight. Was that a factor in this fight? And your power shots were hitting. You were able to hit him with your right hand repeatedly, but did that loss of weight and coming down affect your ability to possibly knock him out?
I don't believe so. I don't believe so. In my heart, I don't think so. But, you know, who knows? But I don't really believe that. I believe that I was fine. I felt strong. I just felt like I kind of fell into his fight plan a little bit more than sticking with mine, just because I got a little greedy.
At this age now, 42, what will you do going forward?
Well, you tell me. Did you like the way I represent myself tonight?
Excellent.
So
astonishing.
Do you think I should move forward?
I believe you should, but I'm not the one taking the blows, and I'm not the one doing the training.
It's all right. You work for one of the best networks in boxing, and if you want to see me again, that means your network should want to see me again, and that means the people should want to see me again. So I'm still in it.
I believe the people will want to see you again. Thanks, Glenn. Great fight
Appreciate
tonight. All right, let's now bring in Andre Ward, who will now put up his titles against the man who has the other titles. Here it is. These two guys right here will face off in the fall to be the Super 6 Super Middleweight Champion. Andre, what is your assessment, we had you on, of this fight here tonight?
Well, it was a tough, grueling fight. I mean, both men got hit with some big shots. Both men answered back, and that's what a champion is supposed to do and a former champion in Glenn Johnson is supposed to do. So I wasn't surprised at all, and that's why I've called it 50-50 from the start.
You guys are two of the Super 6 originals. You said before the fight you thought the people wanted this and you wanted this. Why?
Well, I just think, again, you know, stylistically it makes sense. And once again, like you mentioned, we're the guys who started off in this tournament. So I think it was natural that, and it's fitting that we be the guys in the finals.
Now, Carl, and we're going to speak to him, told Gus Johnson, Antonio, and Al yesterday that he feels as though he can beat you and that he has the formula moving forward is not something that you can handle. He believes he's going to win the fight, so it already started yesterday before this fight. What's your response to that?
Well, he's supposed to feel that way. It would be wrong if he felt any other way. But I feel the same way. Everybody feels they have a formula. But like I always say, when these lights turn on, it's a matter about who can get it done, and that's what it boils down to.
What did you learn tonight? It seemed as though Johnson, and I was sitting with Virgil Hunter, your trainer, seemed as though Johnson was able to hit him with that right hand almost repeatedly.
Well, I'm not going to go into it too much, but, you know, obviously Carl Froch gave up some sucker shots. And what I mean by that is shots that are just he didn't have to get hit with. But, again, to his credit, he battled back and he did what he had to do. So how can you be mad at him?
You can't. Carl, let me ask you. You made the statement to the guys yesterday that you feel as though going forward that you have the formula to beat Andre Ward. What is the formula and why did you say that?
Well, me and my trainer have got the formula. You'll find out why I said that when we box, you know, and it's going to be a great sporting occasion. You know, the Super 6 final, two of the original 6 lineup. You know, it's the only autograph I've not got on the glove. I'll be getting it off him in the final. I've been saving it because I knew that it'd be me and Ward in the final, and I'm looking forward to it. And I feel I can beat him. As he said, I'm sure he feels he can beat me. I'm a WBC Super Middleweight champion. This guy's a WBA champion. This is going to be an unbelievable final. He beat Mikkel Kessler, a guy that beat me. I don't feel he did enough to win. It wasn't a fantastic one-sided performance. And I feel I got the best of Kessler. And I'd love that rematch. That's another fight I want. But let's get to the Super 6 final first. You know, Carl Froch and Andre Ward, what an exciting prospect, what an exciting fight. WBC, WBA champion. This is what the tournament's about. This is what the sport's about. And let's not forget, it's a sport. It's a great sport. It's a sport that we both love. Olympic gold medalist, you know, world championship bronze medalist here. Amateurs different to professionals. We all know that. We've had Olympic gold medalist fail, Audley Harrison. We've had another guy fail recently, James DeGale. You know, Olympic gold medals don't win world championship and dominate world championship level. We know that. But he's a top amateur. I'm a top amateur. We're both top professionals and both in the Super 6 final. So let's enjoy it. I believe I can win. I know I can beat this guy. You know, on my night, I know I can beat this guy. But we're both that good. It's that much, you know. We might fight each other 10 times and it might be 5-all. On the night's what counts.
Would you let me have an answer that long, Jim?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
No, it's the grand finale. And I think, you know, everybody said enough. This is what everybody's been wanting. This is what everybody's been clamoring for. So it's time to get it on. We fought the best over the last 2 years, year and a half, or whatever it's been. 2 titles are going on the line, and I want that trophy in my trophy case. So, you know, and obviously he's going to try to stop that from happening. So that's what makes this fight so big.
Gentlemen, we look forward to this fall. May the best man win. Congratulations, Carl. Andre, we will see you this fall.